Dear those who wants me and other people who can't work to get a job, and they have these work requirements and making it tough for people who are having a lot of health issues, especially when they're getting older, or people who are disabled and have lots of disability and want to see the doctors a lot that I have. I cannot work. And what you're doing in this government shutdown, and I'm talking to the Republicans, it's very tacky. I mean, it's like children. Yet you want people to work, but there's a lot of people that's in the federal government that's not going to have any jobs now. They're furloughed, and some more is about to be fired. Which means this is right before Thanksgiving. And you want people to work, but how in the world is there not going to be any jobs left? Because if stores don't, you know, have to rush and deal with the cut of food stamps, you're making it just hard on what you're trying to do. You're making it hard for even stores to keep employees. I mean, why are you requiring people to work, that are handicapped or that are not able-bodied? We're not able-bodied. Although, yes, there are some disabled that can work. Okay, but they may not have that many health issues that I do. Okay, there's other people who maybe they can't walk, or maybe they, I don't know, are bedridden, real bedridden. I mean, they can't even go up and cook food or whatever like that. They gotta have somebody to, they gotta have somebody to be in their house or whatever 24 hours a day. What do you say about that? I mean, work requirements is only supposed to be about able-bodied, those that don't have disabilities. Okay, well, those that can have disabilities, that they can work if they want to, but don't make it a requirement. Okay, don't make it a requirement if they can't work and they have documentation. They have to. What, they're gonna have to bring the doctor with them when they apply for disability or food stamps, or show that they do have a doctor. And it's ridiculous. And I will never forget 2024 that I found out that I have autism spectrum disorder. I will never forget that. That was right before the election. Well, right before the election or during the election. I will never forget that. We are living in scariest times, citizens of Big D country. But there is hope. Because there are some companies that are being heroes. They are either donating money for food pantries, even though they're gonna have lines around the block. I even saw, on some news stations on YouTube, that the lines are already around the block, and they was only helping government workers that been furloughed or not working or working without pay. And you realize that the only day that they could go to a shelter is on a day off, yet they're working without pay, and they gotta stand in line sometimes before the break of dawn. Are you serious? But thanks to some company that I heard on the news here in Texas that is going to be bringing food to the food pantries and also donated some money, so bravo for that. I think DoorDash is also going to be helping out, either giving some letting people order groceries or some kind of way that they either order it for free or at a discount. Please go to DoorDash.com for more information. I haven't seen the information yet, but it was on the news. So bravo to these companies that's really giving a damn. Thank you. And I can't drive. I can't get to these food pantries, and my landlord works, and people in the house probably work, and I mean, it's impossible. I mean, this is not the USA that I'm supposed to be living in right now. I mean, come on, come on. Uh, I voted for Trump because I don't want to die in World War III, and he knows how to negotiate. He knows how to negotiate with these leaders. I mean, for God's sakes, he talked to Kim. He was friends with Kim Jong Un. He was friends with Kim Jong Un. Everybody saw that picture of him and Kim Jong Un at the border of North Korea and South Korea. Everybody saw that. You know, shaking hands and talking like just like we're talking right now. And if he could do that, if he could make sure that we don't die in World War III, the hell, he had my vote. He had my vote. Well, he has my voice, but still, he has my vote. So I gave him my vote. But then these yahoos wants to come up to work on Trump trying to make America great again. Because right now, it doesn't even seem so great. Right now, it's shut down. For almost 30 days. We've been closed for 4 weeks. People have missed paychecks. TSA don't even know how the hell they're going to get to work. I mean, this is insane. And crybaby Chuck Schumer is crying because, you know, had this way. If illegal aliens don't get free health care, then we're not going to have a government. Really? Really? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, this is a short rant and a short, think about it. Think. You're hurting your own constituents. People are turning back on you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Chuck Schumer. People are turning their back on you. I am surprised that they're going to get another person to represent New York, and it won't be you. Now, I hope they don't get AOC, but I hope they'll get another Republican there in New York. But it won't be you. The people will decide. And the people will remember this. For years ago, we already been through a tough shutdown already. We already been through a tough shutdown with COVID. We already been through a bad economy with COVID. The restrictions, the 6 feet distance, the mask. We already been through that. I don't want to have another panic attack. Please, for the love of everything good, and I'm trying to make my podcast a job, so at least I can be self-employed. Even though that I can't even do much, and I mean, like, I just got a hospital now, I got a nurse coming in almost every week now. I got a nurse coming in now. You can't make this stuff up. I almost died on the 13th, even though the surgery went well, but it was my respiratory system. You can't make this stuff up. Chuck Schumer, reopen the government now. I will say it again to black and blue in the face. Reopen the government now.